Welcome back to Guitarmonies Part 2. Today we're going to just expand a little bit off of Part 1. Part 1 we were creating some harmonies just with two strings, the B string and the D string, and we were creating major and minor harmonies based around the key of G. So we were starting on G, the tonic, G major, which is on the B string 8th fret, first finger, and then middle finger on the D string, 9th fret. And this harmony right here creates a G major harmony, and it can be played over a G major or an E minor. They're really, those harmonies are kind of interchangeable. Just gives you a little different feel and a little different vibe. Well, now we're going to expand that idea of moving up all the way through the scale diatonically with these harmonies, and we're going to kind of expand another note in there, which is going to be the root. And I'm going to show you this. It's again, like Part 1, it's more of a concept that you apply through kind of any style of music. And I'll show you the coolest part about it is that once you kind of get the basic concept down, you can kind of turn it around, turn it on its head, and then you get totally different sounds based off of this concept. So all I'm doing in this part is playing the open G. Now the open G is the 3rd string, and when played amidst these harmonies, it's the root note, so obviously it's going to fit anyway, but it adds so much more depth and more space to these harmonies. So this part that I just played starts on the root, and it kind of cascades down from G on the 8th fret to the open G, and then the B, which is the major 3rd harmony, and then it moves its way up to the A minor harmony, and again we still play that G open up to the B minor. So it sounds kind of like this. This is how it starts. And so it's a little bit syncopated to the backing track. We go down to the major 7, which is an F sharp here on the 7th fret B string, and then middle finger on the A, which is the 7th fret on the D string. So that first part sounds like this: 2, 3, 4. And then we slide up to the 13th fret. And that part it's a little tricky. It's a slide from down here, and you're gonna. So all together it kind of sounds like this, the first pass: 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go back down to the G. And all that was a G sliding all the way up to the B over the D, down to the F sharp, G, and then E minor. So both together: 2, 3, 4. So that's it. Really simple, but it creates this beautiful sounding harmony, and it creates more depth using the open G. And so let's dive into the theory a little bit here. This is very simple, and it works because we're playing the G, which is the root in the key that we're playing in, over all these harmonies. So it's going to sound nice. Well, something that's really cool, and I think you're going to dig, is taking this concept and apply it to different keys. So for example, think about the G and think of how many different keys you can apply this to, where you can ring out an open G. So probably the next one that comes to mind, the easiest one, is the key of C, where G is not the root anymore, but G is the 5th, or the 5th scale degree in the key of C. So we're going to transition here into playing up through the C major scale using these same shapes and keeping the G ringing out through all these it's still going to sound really pleasing to the ear because it's a fifth, and the root and the fifth are, you know, they're so close. They're like brother and sister. When we move to the C, key of C, I've got first finger on the first fret, middle finger on the second fret on the D string, and this is what the G sounds like ringing through the key of C all the way up. So we're just going to play these ascending like this. You can apply this to any open string and any harmony shape in the key of E. If we do that, you can create a harmony here. I'm going to play my open B string, and I'm going to create the same harmony shapes, just starting here. So there's my root, there's my E. I've got open E string, an open B, and then my middle finger is on the G sharp, which is the major third in the key of E, or on the chord E, sorry. Then my 2 chord, they're just stacked the same way. The 3 chord, the G sharp minor, and then here's our 4, which we're going to get the same dominant 7th sound because we've got a B played under an A. B, C sharp minor. So all together you can kind of play it ascending and descending. Okay, so what we've done so far is we've taken G and we have said, okay, G is going to act as the 5th scale degree, and we're going to play in the key of C, leaving the G ringing out, which sounds very nice, very major, very bright sounding. You could play it as the root, right, in the key of G. G is ringing out through the entire key of G. It's going to sound great. What's really cool is if you say, okay, well now we're going to take G and we're going to make that a minor scale degree. So we're going to take G and think, okay, well G is going to be the 6th. And in this case, if we play in the key of B flat, G is the relative minor. So if we're playing in B flat, G is going to be, you know, the relative minor. And so what happens is you're going to create these really cool dark sounding chords. So it's kind of a new way, not new, but just a different way to kind of think of how you can apply the open string to some chords. So our root for B flat is going to be up here, 11th fret, first finger on the B string, and then D, the D string, which is the D on the 12th fret with your middle finger. So here's what this sounds like. This is just G played over a B flat major harmony. I'm just going to walk down the scale. Okay, so there you have it. There's a really cool concept that you can apply to major keys and minor keys. Pick a string, pick an open string, and then just start experimenting with it. You can play in the key of E with the open B string. You can play in the key of D with the open G. Even work your way down the guitar. You can play with the open D and the key of D, the key of A, you know, the key of G. The options are endless, and then start playing in minor keys. And these are great little ambient, you know, little tools that you can kind of apply to a lot of different songs. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it and enjoy playing some more harmonies, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.